Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So this is Chris from Cypher Sigma Screen Time, and as the title would show, it's a Payday pickup. Yes, I know there hasn't been many Payday pickups late because obviously last month I met up with the guys in London. So I don't think I really did one, didn't go to 6, and before then I think I had a few other bits on. So yes, so we finally got around to going back to my local CEX. Hadn't been there in a month or two. Not too much has changed. When I watched AJ's movie, if you would have seen his channel, he noticed that his ones now have like a £1 section for Blu-rays. That wasn't a thing, as you'll see in my video. But we will get into the footage now. So as we go into see my CX, pardon me, obviously we start off with the usual. So we go to the DVD section and go for the anime. So as we're plodding through, so I haven't really got too much new ones. Obviously loads of Dragon Ball, loads of Death Note, that Berserk I got the Steelbook for, so I'm happy that Perfect Blue. I have Fullmetal Alchemist, I have Aeon Flux, I have obviously a few of the animated Hellboy ones, all right. Attack on Titan, Paprika, great movie. That's an army one that was somehow in the wrong place. A few One Pieces, not the earlier ones that I still need. Dragon Ball have, and Suzume have the Steelbook now. So swiftly, and then we move over to the Blu-rays. So just trying to find stuff like I don't have or I'm interested to see. So that's the Fifth Wave, I think it is. It's a nice looking steelbook. The movie was okay. £8 is a bit too much to spend on it, I think. Let me go through some other ones. Cherry Falls, I remember that being a kid. Watching that as a late teenager. £8 is quite expensive for that. The Conjuring 2. On my list, because I haven't seen any other Conjuring movies, but I know you can get a box set. There's one of the other Conjurings. So we've got Cloverfield box set. I did enjoy the Cloverfield movies. Cocaine Bear wasn't a big fan of. Go through Cobwebs. I think AJ recommended this or seen this, so I'm quite intrigued to pick it up at some point. Critters, that's the newer one that I don't have. Children of the Sea, I think I do have. I might have to go and check that. And then Castaway there. As I say, they seem to have a lot, but it's the same sort of generic stuff, or the odd beat of like horror stuff, I think, as it's getting like Grindhouse there, even though it's reproduced cover. The Grandmaster, got to see that martial art movie. Planning on Gangs of New York, Ghostbusters, Afterlife, Gotham. That's the complete Fig 5 series. Here we go. Logan's Run, never seen that. Legends, great movie. Last Breath is just there. I completely bypass it. That's one I really liked of this year's cinema releases earlier on. Little Chop of Horror, quite enjoyed that. Only saw it a few years ago with the wife. And down to Precious, not seen that. A bit more anime. So I do have some anime, but they're more kind of not sort of my area. Pat Labour 1, I do need. Pat Labour 2 is on my 100 list, so that is one I've got an eye out for. Paul, probably one I need to revisit. Well, Prestige is a great movie. Pearl, I think my favourite of the Maxine X trilogy. Pocahontas, Popeye's Revenge. There you see some of the kind of Winnie the Pooh Pig. That was a great movie as well. You got the Sonic ones. I'm not sure if I own any other Sonic 2 or 3. I know I have Sonic 1 on Blu-ray. So just picking out Sinners, great movie. Gridman, obviously fans of Superhuman Samurai will know about Gridman. We got Star Wars there, Slackers, I don't know what that is. Another Steelbook Southpaw. Bit of damage on the front, as you can tell, the top corner. Some dings and dents on the side, and yeah, and a bit of damage there. Was thinking about it. It's a £5. It's in my price range, but I just think there's too much damage on that one, unfortunately. Something in the Water, I saw that at the cinema, wasn't great. But it's a shark movie, always. Obviously, they have some Superman, Short Circuit 2, £10 now. Do love the Short Circuit movies. Cannibal Run, I think that was. No, that couldn't be one. Smoking the Bandit, that was, sorry. So then some Terminators, Transformers, as I say, usual kind of movies that you come across. Those Who Want Us Dead was the Angelina Jolie one. Firefighter, True Romance. One of my friend's favourite movies, so I'm always on the keep eye out if it's special edition or something for him. Transit, I really like that movie as well. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah, that one. John Caviezel. Then another anime then, and Trigger and Stampede was down the bottom. So back up to the top. So kind of more horror. Azrael, didn't even know what that film was. Alex Cross I've seen, I think I own. Alien Nation, I think that's the TV series or the movie, I can't remember. Asteroid City, what a rubbish. Asteroid City, sorry, what a rubbish movie that was. Air America, I feel like AJ's watched this recently. So I was intrigued. And I kept picking it up, and I was like, I think it's AJ who has seen it or mentioned it to me recently. And that's why it's in my head. Doom Patrol Season 1 there. Death Parade, I keep hearing good things about. Ghost in the Shell, the animated series, and Castlevania animated series as well. Hacksaw Ridge, great movie. Then it's down The Last of Us. I haven't seen season 2. I know that's out. That is one I need to probably get to at some point. Then we're down to the S's. Star Wars, Sharknado, I think that was. Apologies to camera. Always when I'm kneeling on the floor, it's a little hard to get the right camera angle while I'm doing everything else. And then we move down to the bottom row, The Take. Didn't think that was a great movie. The Thing, I thought that was a movie. Tarzan, I think my favourite Disney animated movie. Then up we go back to the A's again. As I say, look, yeah, Drive Away Dolls, what a rubbish movie that was. If you like that movie, let me know. Dexter New Blood. There's a lot of Dexters I saw around here. I'm intrigued because I want to carry on the series and watch the newer series that have come out, but they are still quite expensive. Plus, my wife's not into it. Devil's Double. Obviously, AJ bought a special edition of that. Daredevil Season 2. I don't own that. From the Netflix series, that was. Then we have The Hangover, House of Cards, Heretic. Heretic I didn't mind. I do like Hugh Grant. Then we have Megan, Men, there, Munich, Paddington Bear 3 in Peru, Quiet Place. I do still need to get the third one for that. And then a Swamp Thing the series, Sonic 1 and 2. Smoking the Bandit again. Supernatural Star Wars, Terrifier 3, never watching that. Ted Lasso, I hear a lot of good things about that series as well. Up we go here to the Bees, Buried, that weren't an awful film. As we plod along, Blade Runner 1999, there's more anime, Burn the Witch, I think it is. And Bleach, 1,000 Year War, I think that was part 1 or part 2. Walking Dead, Elf, or The Evil Dead, sorry, not Walking Dead. Hellraiser, I think I got the first one. Haven't watched any of the others. Indiana Jones, I'm tempted to upgrade my big DVD box set for a Blu-ray one. But obviously it wouldn't include all 5. I Giant there, great film. Monkey Man, that was quite good. I did enjoy the way Dev Patel's directorial debut in there. Yeah, more anime that they have. some really random titles, just hoping I'll come along with something that's quite intrigued. 6 Bullets, Suit, Smile. I preferred the second one to the first, but not the greatest of movies. And then Venom. I don't own Venom 3, The Last Dance, so that's another one to pick up at some point. Ballerina. Won't be picking that up, unfortunately. And The Batman. Did enjoy that movie. I know a lot of people didn't. It is The Sugarpuff Man, 4 Lions. It's a Rubitage label, but I don't know why The Sugarpuff Man is on there. It's another anime about swimming. Not quite my cup of tea. Fast X isn't one I've got into it, and I know they're still umming and ahhing about making the last one, trying to get the budget down. So I've got the Flash there. Still need the final season of that. More Jaws, Nikita. Night of the Living Dead. Nope. Yep. Definitely not going to get that one. That's another Steelbook of Nutcracker. I didn't think that was a great movie. Obviously, The Running Man there as well. The Raid. I enjoyed that, and Rocket Man. Down to the W's. And then the one, Wolfman. That is one I need to get. I'm waiting for it to go a little bit cheaper. Into Star Trek's. See It. Rambo. Reacher. I do like, my wife really likes Reacher. I quite like that robot Dread one, whatever it is, with the robot and the dog. That's about it on this video from me. Except for Les Craven, that is one I want to get. The Karate Kid. Killer Clowns, I do want to see that. Should I get it? Let me know in the comments below. And there we go. So still quite a lot in the Blu-ray section. On my new kind of philosophy of trying to find stuff I've not seen, and a few upgrades, because obviously I've seen a lot of the movies in my collection. So I did manage to pick up a few things. I had recently Spawn has come out, so I had a Blu-ray version of that, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sets on it. So I had the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the first Spawn movies, both on Blu-ray. I didn't need them anymore. I traded them in. I got £11. I only spent £16 altogether, so it wasn't too much. There was some other stuff I bought that I'm waiting to turn up that I was going to try and flip, but they didn't turn up in time, so unfortunately I couldn't use those. So the first one was an upgrade for me in this. This is Rogue One. So as you would have known, I recently bought and watched all from last year, the Blu-ray versions of all Star Wars movies. I didn't, unfortunately, get Rogue One and Solo, so I'm still looking for a Solo. I think it's only £1 or £2, and obviously this is a £2. Really like this movie, and obviously glad to have it now all fitting together, and obviously it reduces the space a little bit in my collection, so that's good. So next one was a one I didn't have, obviously adds to the comic book collection. It is the second Aquaman movie. I didn't mind aspects of this. Only seen it once. I don't think it was the greatest movie in comparison to the first movie, obviously being set at the end of the DCU universe. It wasn't really going to do well. I do like Patrick Wilson, obviously being in the Conjuring series and stuff like that. And obviously I know with Amber Heard's issues she had around the filming and stuff like this made an impact of it. But yeah, I look forward to rewatching it. £6, a little bit more. I was hoping it was a £5, but as I say, all of what I got only cost me £5 in the end. So next was an update. So me and my wife are big escape fans. We've done a lot of escape rooms around the UK. We've done a few worldwide as well. So this is the sequel one. At first I thought it was a reproduction cover. It's just not the greatest one. So we've got the first one now, got the second one. So that completes that set. I don't think they're doing a third one. So glad to have it. And then the final pickup for me, I had a look at, I was keeping an eye on a special edition on Vintage for like £40, but I decided as you could get the same. Basically, this is just a series with none of the extras for £5. So this is, as it says, SSS Gridman. That's what it's called, even though it just has Gridman. This symbol here is loads of S's, 4 S's put together. This is essentially an adaptation of a Japanese live action series, so like Power Rangers we have. In the 90s, you had Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. That was an adaptation of an early version of Gridman. It did alright. I remember having fond memories of this as a child. So really, really enjoyed it. This is kind of a modern day series, only 12 episodes. It's got the behind the scenes as well, which I really like when it comes to animated series. I like when you get to see the drawings and some of the designs. It does have a little bit of damage to the slip, but that isn't going to really bother me too much. I say 12 episodes, I'll have it finished in probably an evening or two. So that is all I picked up from my Payday pickup. Not massive amounts, obviously. Finishing off like some of the DCU films that I have, and obviously the Escape Room set and Star Wars, and then obviously another anime for the collection. Was there anything in the video you think I should have picked up? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Otherwise, I've been Single Screen Time, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.